This is your resting pose for tonight. At any time that you need it, it is available to you. So bring your hands back down to the ground on your inhale, tap your toes, and lift your hips up into our first downward facing dog. You're trying to make that inverted V shaped with the body. You want to make sure that the weight is distributed equally between both hands and on the padding of the palms and not the wrists. Try to open up the shoulders, externally rotating. And then pedal the feet. Take turns bending the knees, walk in place. Notice where you're tight. And then we'll bring the two big toes closer together and inhale the right leg in the air. Bend the knee and start to circle the ankle. Try to press that left heel into the ground. Stay strong through the arms and core. Reverse your circle. Good. Now lower that right leg, and same thing with left. Inhale, left leg up, bend the knees, start to circle it nice and slow. Press that right heel into the earth and reverse your circle. Lower that left leg down, and let's inhale to our first plank pose. If you need to lower your knees, do so. If not, we're engaging the core. We're squeezing the belly and holding for 3, 2. Lower your knees and take your chaturanga. Slow push up down. Inhale to your cobra. We'll start off with a baby cobra. And then you can exhale back to your downward facing dog. At any time you want to go into child's pose instead of down dog, that's your choice. Now we're going to take a walk or a hop to the front of the mat, coming into our first forward fold. Let's inhale to a half lift. Bring your hands to your hip creases. Place them in there, and then press back into the hips. Bend the knees into the belly touches the thighs. Let your head be free, and then bend your left knee, push back into your right hip, and switch. So the knee that's bent, you're pushing into the opposite hip. Come back to center. Inhale to a half lift with the hands on the hips. Pull the navel in and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's close down the eyes for a moment. Take this time to ground ourselves as we prepare to flow. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Good. Now open the eyes. Inhale, the arms go up. You can push the hips forward if you have the back bend in your practice. And then on your next exhale, reverse swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Pull the navel in. Come to that flat back. Exhale, step or hop back to plank. Take your chaturanga on the exhale. Slow push up down. Untuck your toes, walk your hands back so they're closer to the lower ribs, and then press through the tops of the feet. Maybe try to take the thighs off the mat for up dog. Good. And then bend the knees, tuck the toes, take it back to down dog and child's pose. Spend 4 breaths wherever you choose to go. Good. Keep breathing. Center here. Good. Try to send your tailbone towards the sky. And if you're in child's pose, find downward facing dog. On the inhale, let's all bring our left leg in the air. Bend the knee and swing your left foot between your hands. Carry it or walk it if it doesn't make it. And then turn your right toes out and inhale to warrior 1. Good. All right. And then we'll open it up to warrior 2. When you get into your warrior 2, give a nice external rotation of that left thigh. Open up that knee. Squeeze the belly. Inhale. And as you exhale, reverse your warrior. So left hand comes up, right hand hangs down by the right leg. Keep that bend in your front knee. Inhale, bend a little deeper. And as you exhale, straighten out your front knee. See if you can lean back a little deeper. Good. Now squeeze the belly, windmill your hands down. Turn your back toes to face forward and inhale your left arm up. So rotating the body, try to squeeze the shoulder blades and pull the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Hold for 3. Inhale for 2. Bring that left hand inside of the left foot. Walk the foot out a little bit. Place both hands under the shoulders. Here comes a little core. Let's see if we can squeeze the belly and pick that left leg up and step it back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale to child's pose or down dog. We'll rest it out for 4 breaths before we go into that right side. If you're in your down dog, make sure that the pressure is not on the wrist. Try to find that suction with the fingers. All right, if you're in child's pose, find your downward facing dog. And while you're in your down dog, don't worry about the heels reaching the ground. It takes time for that flexibility. Even for me, my heels are not lowered. And then we're gonna inhale and bring the right leg up in the air when you're ready. Bend your knee and swing the foot between the hands. Help it if you need to. Turn the left foot out and inhale to warrior 1 on this side. In warrior 1, you wanna square off those hips. You wanna bend that front knee and then open your arms up to warrior 2. Open up that front knee, engage the thigh, inhale. And on the exhale, take it back to reverse your warrior. Bend a little deeper into the front knee as you inhale. And as you exhale, straighten out that front knee and reach back. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Bring both hands down to the ground. Turn your back toes to face forward and slide that back foot back a little bit. And then inhale, bring your right arm up. Try to look up if you can. Unless it bothers your neck, then look down. Go ahead and place your right hand inside of the right foot. Walk the foot out so that you can place both hands under the shoulders. Engage your core, step back to plank. Take a breath in. On the exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And once again, take it back to your down dog or your child's pose. And if you choose to go to downward facing dog and you want to work on your form, think about an inverted V. And you want to send your tailbone towards the sky, your chest towards your thighs. Bend your knees a lot if your hamstrings are tight. And on your next inhale, if you are in child's pose, find that down dog and let's all take a walk or a hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift, squeeze the belly, pull the navel in, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Close down the eyes once again. Notice how the body's feeling. Feel the heat, feel the heart rate, feel the breath. Let's open the eyes, bend the knees, circle the arms. Inhale, reach and look up. Exhale, fold and look down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chair pose. Send those hips back, reach forward. Hold for 3, pull your shoulders back away from your ears for 2. And let's step back with our right foot. Find a crescent lunge, so you're on the ball of your back foot. Then bring the arms up, engage your core and reach forward. Squeeze the belly. You want a nice flat back here. So stay here, look down at your mat. I'm just gonna come look at your form for those that are here. You wanna make sure that you have no rounding in the back. Good, nice flat back. Good. Okay, so we've got 2 more breaths. And then we're gonna try an advanced pose. You don't have to take this option. You can stay right here. But if you wanna try a challenge, find airplane arms, squeezing the shoulder blades, reaching back, and then see if you can lift that back leg. Try not to lock your standing knee. Even if you only get the heel lifted and your toes are down, that's fine. Let's step it back. Inhale, bring the arms up. Lower your back heel. So now we're back in that warrior one. We'll try that one more time. Lift your back heel, reach forward, squeeze the belly. Pull your navel in as if it was going to touch your spine. And then find those airplane arms. And then if you'd like, try that warrior three option, lifting your back leg. Good. Hold and step back. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down. Send your left leg in the air. We'll do core crunches, or you can skip them. Inhale and exhale, knee to nose. Two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. One more. Good. Lower that left leg and lower your knees gently. Let's come into tabletop. We're going to straighten out our right leg, toes down. Just rock side to or forward and back. And then see if you can lift your right leg to hip level. Toes point down. Stay here or try to straighten your left arm forward. Coming into our first balancing pose. Well, not our first, because we did warrior three. You can stay here, or for more of a challenge, open the arm and leg out to the side. Try to look to your right. And then bring it back to center. Inhale. Exhale, open. One more. Come back to center. Lower everything down and either take that child's pose or take your vinyasa from down dog. Inhale to plank and chaturanga. To cobra or up dog, and then rest. Whenever you rest, when you're on your mat, be present in the moment. Connect to your breath. Throughout our busy lives, we go, 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 and it's not often that we check in with ourselves and say, hey, how are you doing today? Where's your mind? How are you feeling? Take a deep breath in through the nose. And a slow exhale out of the nose. On your next inhale, find your way to your feet. However you choose to get there. It can be from down dog, and then fold forward once you get onto your feet. Bend your knees and reach for your elbows and sway yourself. Get really heavy in that upper body. Sway left and right, sway forward and back, whatever feels good. Always listen to your body. On the next inhale, release your hands. Bend your knees, circle your arms up as you rise, reach up. And as you fold, exhale back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chair pose. Reach forward, squeeze everything, get a little lower. This time we'll step back with the left foot, finding that crescent lunge. So coming onto the ball of the foot and then inhaling, reaching up, and exhale, reach forward. Pull the navel in, find that nice flat back. Hold it here, keeping the hips squared, keeping the shoulders squared. Good. Imagine your navel touching your spine. And now here's that advanced option. If you want to take it, we're going to find airplane arms, squeeze the shoulder blades, and maybe you try to lift that back foot, warrior three. Inhale, step it back and lower your heel. So now you're in warrior one. Squeeze the belly and reach forward. Really lengthen through that front body. Then find those airplane arms and maybe you try that warrior three option. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, warrior one. Squeeze the belly, reach forward. Airplane arms, warrior three. Good. Step back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Right leg goes in the air for three-leg dog. You can add your core crunches or skip it. Inhale if you're crunching, exhale, knee to nose. 2 more. And last one. Make sure you're squeezing the belly. Lower the right leg, gently lower the knees, find tabletop. Knees hip distance apart in tabletop. Straighten your left leg and just rock. Bring the toes down and rock onto the ball of the foot. And then when you've had enough, lift that left leg to hip level, flex the foot, and try to straighten your right arm. Belly's tight. Stay here or open up the arm and leg to the side and look to your left. See if you can see your foot. Bring it back to center. Inhale. Exhale, open. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. And lower that knee down. Take your vinyasa or take your child's pose. And when you get to child's pose, perhaps reach back for your heels. Good. And if you're flowing, enjoy the movement. Feel the fluid flow. Spending 3 more breaths in child's pose. Really appreciate it because we've got a little more core to do. For this next round, I will continue to give options. Never feel obligated to go further than your practice or than what you're comfortable with. So on your next inhale, let's walk our hands down and forward so that we're preparing for plank pose. So you want your fingers spread wide, hands under shoulders, tuck the toes, see if you can lift up. At any time you can take modified and keep the knees lowered. Stay here or inhale, lift your right leg up and squeeze that right glute and point and flex that right foot. Just the foot, keep the legs straight. And then lower and try left side. Inhale, left leg up, squeeze, and point and flex. Good. Lower that leg, push back to down dog, and inhale back to plank. We'll do that 2 more times. Push back to down dog. This time, really lift your heels, send your belly towards your thighs, and then roll over the toes to plank. Push back to down dog. Lift your heels, send your belly towards your thighs. Last time, inhale to plank. Now, while in plank, we'll bend the knees, push back into the hips, look forward, take a big step or a hop to your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Reach for the back of your legs and just hug that upper and lower body. Really bend those knees if your hamstrings are tight. Come back to center. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your belly, and drag yourself up as slow as you can. When you get to the top, roll the shoulders back. Take some deep breaths. Good. All right. Do we have tight hips tonight? Yes. Okay, so we're going to do a goddess pose variation. So we'll use the wide side of our mat. And you want your feet to be a little wider than your hips. You want your toes to be turned towards the corners of your mat. Then we're going to tuck our pelvis. So think about lifting your lower belly and crunching it into your upper belly, pushing your pelvic bones forward. Keep that and just go straight down with it as you bend your knees, okay? Once you bend your knees, when I get in it, I actually want to turn my feet out a little more. So keep your form, keep your belly tight, and we're going to use our hands to open up our knees and inner thighs. Get a little lower. Good. Now take your left shoulder, allow it to go forward as you use your left hand to open up that thigh and hip and look to your left. There you go. So you're feeling a neck stretch as well. Now come back to center. Inhale, give your knees a break. We're going to open up the arms. We'll come into eagle arms with the left arm under the right. So you're going to try to make an X with the arms. Option 1 is reaching for the shoulders and walking back. Option 2 is interlacing the fingers for the full expression of eagle arms. So wherever you are, we're going to bend the knees and send the elbows up. Take a breath in, try to get a little lower. And then exhale, bring the elbows down as much as you can. Then we'll inhale, straighten the legs, send the elbows up. And exhale, bend the knees lower. So this might throw off your balance, so do your best. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Now while we lower, open up the arms. Bring the hands inside of the thighs. This time, allow your right shoulder to come forward and look to your right. Use that hand to open up the hip. Good. Inhale, come back up. Open up the arms. Now this time, the right arm will go under the left. Find that X, reach for the shoulders, stay there or interlace. Inhale, send the elbows up as you bend the knees and lower. Keep the pelvis tucked. Stay here, try to get a little lower, squeeze everything. And now we move with it. So bring the elbows down, get low. Inhale, bring the elbows up, straighten the legs. Take your time, lower down. And lift back up. One last time, lower and lift. Good, go ahead and open up the arms, interlace your fingers behind your back. Turn your toes to face forward. Maybe the heels are slightly out. And then squeeze your shoulder blades and inhale, look up. Allow gravity to weigh your shoulders down. You can stay here or you can take a fold. And if you're folding forward, imagine someone behind you pulling your hands above your head. Try not to lock the knees. So a soft bend in the knees. You can stay here or you can fold towards that left leg, just shifting your weight and leaning into it. And then taking it over to the right. And coming back to center, releasing the hands, bring them to your hip creases. Inhale, half lift, engage your core. Exhale, fold. One more of those. Inhale, tighten everything. And now we'll take it up the rest of the way. Rise and step forward. Shake it out. We'll add another flow before we go to another balancing pose. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back with your right foot, turn the foot out, align your front heel and your back heel together. And then inhale, bring the arms up, warrior one. And this warrior one, we're gonna add a twist. So take your left hand behind you, right hand reaches forward, twist. If this bothers your right knee, then maybe turn your foot and see off. Stay here or take that left hand behind your back, find a half line and lean back, reverse. Good, hopefully you feel this in your right hip a little bit. Now inhale those arms back out like a T and then to warrior one. Now warrior two, so widen the feet a little bit, open the hips and look forward. Good. Hold, squeeze the thighs, really engage and bring it up. Tighten the belly. Now we'll inhale, straighten the arms, really squeeze the belly, fingers together. Exhale, back to warrior two, bend that front knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. Two more. Good. Make sure that front knee is not going above your toes, so you should still be able to see your toes when you bend. One more, inhale and exhale. Good. Windmill your hands down, step back to your down dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale back to child's pose or down dog. You've got choices. Choose where you want to be. Breathe it out. Rest it out. Whenever you come to child's pose, you can do whichever variation you want, unless instructed otherwise. So you've got one more breath to rest. And then we're going to spread the fingers. Make sure that your thumbs are facing each other, or maybe even try to turn your fingers out a little bit so your thumbs face forward. Kind of looks like a turkey when you do it that way. Getting ready for Thanksgiving, I guess. Let's tuck our toes and find that down dog. Try to send your elbow creases forward and the elbows towards the back of your mat. Inhale, plank, pull the navel in. Exhale, down dog. One more time, inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Now we'll bend the knees, push back into the hips, take that hop or step to forward fold. Reach for the back of the legs, squeeze everything tight. Then we're gonna yogi toe lock our big toes. So take your index, middle finger, and thumb, wrap it around your two big toes, bend your knees. And if your feet are together, widen your feet a little bit so that your belly can rest in between your thighs. Then we're gonna bend the elbows to hug the upper and lower body. Let the head be free. You can shake the head yes, shake the head no. While holding on to those toes, inhale, half lift. So maybe you just lift the head and exhale, fold. One more of those. Inhale, squeeze, half lift, exhale, fold. Release the toes, circle the arms, inhale, rise. And exhale, right back down. Inhale, half lift. And now on your exhale, we're going to step back with our left foot, align the front and back heel together, and rise into warrior one. Okay. Now we'll twist to your right. So that right hand will come back, left hand will go forward. Readjust the body in any way that you need to modify. Take that right hand behind the back, find your half bind, reach that left arm forward. Keep that bend in your front knee. Good. Inhale, back, arms out like a T. And then warrior one. Now we'll widen the feet as we open up the arms for warrior two. Squeeze the thighs, engage everything in and up. Bend that front knee a little deeper. Hold. Now we'll inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms up, really squeeze the belly, and exhale back to warrior two. Make sure you can still see those toes. If not, inch that foot forward. Inhale, straighten, tighten, exhale, bend. Two more. Inhale. Try to send that front knee towards the right corner of your mat. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's take it back, reverse it. And then windmill your hands down. Turn your back toes to face forward. This time we're going to step forward, back into that forward fold. And just inhale or drag yourself up however you want to rise. We're going to be working on balancing now. So we'll come into tree pose. We'll start with the left leg as the standing leg, okay? So ground into that foot. Bring your right sole of your foot below the knee, even if you can go above the knee. Think about opening the knee and sending it back, opening the hip. And then engage your core. Bring your hands to prayer. And as you pull the navel in, see if you can bring that foot up if you know you can go above the knee. Mine only reaches to the knee. So then I'm going to help it the rest of the way. And then we can bring our hands back to prayer. And if the foot lowers back down, that's okay. Doesn't want to be there today. Now I'm going to give you options with the hands. You might be wobbling all over the place. You might need to hold on to a wall, and that's okay. Find some place steady to gaze, and if you want to take a reverse prayer behind the back, you can. You can also reach for the sky. You can also bring the hands out to the side and bring the thumbs and index to touch. So hopefully no one's indecisive today, because I've been giving options all day. Beautiful trees. We'll be here for 3 more breaths, so really try to send that right knee and hip back. If you took that prayer behind the back, bring the hands up on the inhale. And on the exhale, we'll slide that foot down, bring the hands down. Go ahead and shake that left leg out and then circle the ankle. Connect back with your breath. Reverse your circles. And then we'll try the other side. So we'll ground into the right foot. We'll bring the left sole of the foot below the knee. Bring the hands to prayer. Try to open up the knee and hip, send it back. Engaging the core, find some place steady to gaze. Now, if you can lift that foot above the knee, go ahead and see how this side goes. And if you stop at the knee, then help it the rest of the way above the knee. In tree pose, you always want to avoid the knee, not putting pressure on it. Once you get into a stable tree, go ahead and decide what you want to do with your hands. Try not to forget about the shoulders. Keep them pulled back. My tree doesn't like this side. Keep the belly tight. Keep breathing. And then on your inhale, bring your arms up, reach up. And on your exhale, as the arms go down, slide that foot down and release. Shake out that right leg and then circle the ankle. Reverse your circle. Good. All right, we got a few more. It's Wednesday, it's hump day. I'm throwing in balancing poses for you guys. So somebody needs it today. I don't know who it is. But we're going to go into half moon next. And I'm going to show you, we're going to start on our knees, a modified half moon, and then we'll take it to our feet. So let's come down to tabletop. And once we get into tabletop, what I did here to the microphone, we're going to bring our left hand down to the ground. And you're going to straighten your right leg. So we're starting in like side plank, modified side plank. Your right arm reaches up. And for more stability, you might want to kick that left foot out to the side. Then we're going to lift our right leg in the air. And you can stay here, or you can bend your knee and reach for your foot. And then send your chest up towards the sky and kick your foot into your hand. See if you can stay there for 5 breaths. You might only get 2 breaths. That's okay. We call yoga practice because we're always changing and we're always practicing new things. So let's release on the inhale. Come back to tabletop and just sway your hips left and right. And if that was really uncomfortable for your knee, now's your opportunity to add some cushion under your right knee. When you're ready, kick your right foot out to the side. Make sure your right hand's under your shoulder. Straighten out your leg and bring your left arm in the air. Push those pelvic bones forward and then bring your left foot up to hip level. You can stay there or reach back for your ankle, your foot, or your pant leg, and then send everything up towards the sky. Kick your foot into your hand. That's going to engage your thigh. Very nice, ladies. 2 more breaths. And release. Come back to center that tabletop and just sway side to side. If you find a really tight hip, then maybe hold it there and breathe into it. All right, so now we'll try half moon. For you at home, if you are new to yoga, I'll show you half moon and you can choose whether you want to do what we just did or you want to try half moon. So we're going to be starting on our left side, our left foot forward. We'll bring our left hand down to the ground just above the foot. The right hand will go to the right hip, and then you'll turn the right toes out and try to bring that foot to hip level. You can stay there, or you can try to reach the right hand up and then look up. It is an advanced pose, so take your time. And if you want to go further with it, Yogi's here with me. If you want to grab that foot and then open it up and send it towards the sky, that's a variation as well. So play around with that. And if you need a block, let me know. Your hip might get mad. So you want your toes facing forward, okay? And then bring your hand down to the ground first. Bring the other hand to the hip. Yeah, there it is. You got it. Good. Remember to squeeze the belly. It's like, no, it's upset. Okay. And when you're done playing around with that side, we're just going to bring the hands to the hips and push the hips to the left. Bend your right hip. So that can be a lot for that outer hip. And then we'll take it to the other side. Push the hips to the right, then the left knee. And then maybe you rock in place. And let's see how the right side goes for us. So the right foot steps forward. Bring the right hand above the foot. Left hand to left hip. Bring that left leg to hip level. Flex the foot. And then try to rotate everything towards the sky. And maybe you straighten that left hand. And if it's just not working for you, you can always try it up against the wall. Good, Sonia. Now kick that foot into the hand and try to rotate up. The only thing difference is you want to turn your toes towards the front of your mat. That'll help you when going into it. Straight. You can bend the knee, but what happened is your foot went in like this, so your knee was going this way. Yeah. So you can bend the knee, but you want it bending straight forward. That's gonna prevent any injuries of the knee. Okay. So we'll play around for maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. It does feel like a cartwheel, but wait a minute. Yes. All right, let's come back. Let's widen our feet as wide as our mat. Maybe turn the toes out. And then we're going to have a seat in a squat. Now, if you're not able to do this, you can keep the hands down and just work on lowering the hips and the heels. But if you are able to do this, we're going to be here for about 4 breaths. We're going to use our arms to open up our knees and hips, try to grow taller through the torso. 2 more breaths. And then very slowly lower down. When you lower down, make sure you're on your sit bones. Your feet are about hip width apart. We're going to bend our right knee and hug it in. Just give it a nice hug. You can interlace your fingers in front of your knee if you'd like. Flex your left foot and try to sit up nice and tall. Pull your shoulders back. And on the inhale, let's see if we can lift that right foot off the ground. Just lean back a little bit. Lift your chin. Inhale, hold. And on the exhale, bring that foot back down. Bring your chin to your chest. Try to bring your forehead to your knee. Try to round your shoulders forward. Good. We're going to do that one more time. The first thing, try to use your core muscles to do that. So inhale, look up, grow tall. And lift the foot, lean back, tighten the belly. Maybe try to lean back a little more. And then on your exhale, lower the foot, chin to chest, forehead to knee. Good. Now bring the head up. See if you're able to yogi your right big toe. Now, if you know that when you're standing, you can't touch your toes, I suggest holding on to the outer foot or the ankle. You're going to bring your left hand down to the ground. You're going to inhale the right leg up and just try to look up. And not to round the spine, really keep the belly sink into the chest lifted. Option to stay here or open that leg up to the right and look to your left. And maybe reach your left hand to the left and bring your index and thumb to touch the mudra for concentration. Now let's bring the leg forward, bring the hand forward, see if you can reach the left hand to that ankle or foot. Lift the chest, inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, and that feels a lot. And then see if you're able to lower that leg down nice and slow. And now we're folding over that right leg. Walk your hands up your leg. Take a moment, just kind of shake it out. And now let's see how that left side feels. So I'm not even going to try leaving you to lock because I know my left side is tight. I'm going to inhale, lift up, see how it feels. Try to hold it with just your left hand. Use your core, bring your right hand out to the side. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Again, inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. And now bring that right arm out to the side. Reach, reach, reach. Bring the index and thumb to touch. Bring the left leg out to the side, to the left. And bringing everything back to center. Both hands come to the ankle or the foot. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Slowly follow the leg down. Holding over that left leg for 3 breaths. And then walking the hands up the leg, refinding the sit bones, bending the left knee, tucking it in. Interlace your fingers in front of the knee. Sit up nice and tall. And if you find your belly's in the way, then walk your leg out a little bit so that you can modify. Now we'll inhale, look up, and lift that leg off the ground. Use your core to lean back. Left to right foot. Exhale, lower the foot. Chin to chest. Forehead to knee. Pull back into the shoulders. One more time. Inhale, look up. Bring the leg up, the foot up. Squeeze the belly, lean back. And lower down. Chin to chest. Forehead to knee. Good. Now, let's bring both legs in. You may not be able to bring them in as far without compromising the rounding of the spine. So your feet are about hip distance. We're going to hold on to the back of the thighs, sit up tall, work with both toes. If you're able to lift the heels, great. You might be able to lift one leg. You might lift both legs. You might even be able to straighten both legs. But that's not needed. Just go as far as you'd like. And if you feel good and you want to repeat the arms, then this is for your feet. Now on the inhale, let's look to the right foot down the neck. Forget about the core. And look to your left. Good. And come back to the center. Hold on to the thighs. Come on down. Take a nice hug. Reach for your elbows or your wrists. And just hug the body. Good. All right. Let's come on down to the back. We'll start with the left leg straight and the right leg bent. Hug the right knee into the belly and slowly circle that right ankle. Reverse your circles. option for core, or you can skip it. If you're taking the core, release your left hand, bring it behind your head. Keep hugging the knee in with your right hand. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, forehead to the forehead. Lift the left foot to hover and point the toes. Hold for 3, 2, and lower back down. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, lift up and hold, point those toes, and lower. Last one, inhale, squeeze the belly, try to press that low back onto the ground, and then we'll switch the legs, switch the hands, hold, point the toes, lower down. And if you're not crunching, just switch and hug. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale. And this time as you exhale and lower, interlace your fingers in front of your left knee and circle that ankle. All right, we'll do a couple more for the core because I know you ladies like it. And if you at home, hopefully you like it because we're doing it, but you can always skip it. So let's come into bridge pose. So flatten both feet and send your hips up. So you can stay in this bridge just like this, but if you want to join me in core, we're going to bring the right knee into the belly. So lift the foot, bring the knee in, and then lower it. Relift the hips, bring the left knee in, and then lower. Keep going. And when you lower your foot, relift your hips to engage those glutes, the muscles that help us walk. We're doing this for 5 more breaths. And 1 more. Good. And gently lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Straighten your left leg up. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. You can keep your right leg bent or you can straighten it out, whichever one feels better for you. But if the leg is straight, keep the foot flexed. Now we're going to point and flex our left foot for a couple of breaths. And then option to inhale, bring the forehead up. See if you can walk your hands up the leg closer to the ankle, and then lowering back down without forcing. Now while we're here, see if you can start to scoot your hips over to the left side of your mat. We're preparing for our spinal twist. So you can keep this leg straight or you can bend it. We're going to allow the leg to cross the body. Send the leg to the right. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat. Straighten your left arm, palm face down, and look to your left. So a spinal twist. For the deepest twist, you're stacking your left hip on top of your right. Let's all take a slow breath in through the nose. Hold it. Open the mouth, sigh it out. 2 more times. Release any stress from your day. Your breath has been proven to do that. When you exhale that 3rd breath, you can come on out of your twist. We're going to do that bridge 1 more time. So bring your hips back to the center of your mat. Inhale, bring your hips up. Stay here or option to lift your right leg up in the air with a straight leg. And then lower it down and switch. So like before, but instead of bending the leg, we're straightening them. We're doing this for 5 breaths. If you're taking this option, remember to squeeze and lift up. 1 more time. And then lower your hips, lower your back as slow as you can. And straighten your right leg up in the air. Interlace your fingers behind the thigh. Start to point and flex the foot and choose to keep that left leg bent or straighten it. We're going to bring the head up on the inhale. So you walk your hands closer to your ankle and then lower back down without forcing. Start to scooch your hips over to the right side of your mat. And then when you're ready, find your spinal twist, either straightening that leg straight or bending it and allowing the leg to cross the body. So the leg goes to the left, look to the right, try to keep both shoulders on your mat. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. 2 more cleansing breaths. When you exhale that 3rd breath, slowly come back, bring your hips back, and then hug your knees in. Give them a nice big hug. You can bring the head up and just squeeze everything, and then lower back down and rock side to side. We'll do one more for the hips. So lower your feet and cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Flex your foot and with your right hand, push that right knee away. You can stay here or you can bring the legs into the belly and interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. So that right hand will go in between the legs, left hand will go outside of the left leg. Keep the head and shoulders relaxed unless you want to do core crunches. You can do 5 of them, bringing the forehead to the knee and the knee to the forehead. I always say that because sometimes we lift up and we forget to bring everything in together. If you're doing that crunch, important to keep the right foot flexed to protect the knee. When you're done with your crunching, you can rock side to side, find out if you're tight in your piriformis muscle. This is good for sciatica. Releasing your pose on your next inhale, both feet flat, windshield wiper your knees. So just allow them to fall from left to right, nice and slow. And then we'll go into the other side. When the knees get back to center, cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Use your left hand to push that left knee away. Stay there or interlace your fingers behind the right thigh. Keeping the left foot flexed. Add your crunches if you did on the other side, or just enjoy your reverse pigeon. When you're done, you can rock side to side once again. Find out when you're tight on this side. And then releasing the pose on your next inhale. Make any little movements that you need. We'll be going into either one more hug or a happy baby. If you're taking happy baby, reach for your ankles, your feet, or your 2 big toes. Try to pull those knees into the armpits and rock yourself side to side to massage your kidneys. We'll be taking an inversion next. I'll give you 3 options. Option 1, bridge pose, we've done already. Option 2, sleeping tiger, straightening both of your arms and legs in the air. Option 3 is your supported shoulder stance, getting your momentum, keeping your legs up, and then walking your hands up your back, walking your elbows in. So if you're new or you have discomfort in the neck, I don't recommend the supported shoulder stand. Good. And for those of you here that are taking that option, If you want more, you can try to walk your elbows closer together, shifting your weight to your shoulders, and then maybe you try to lower one leg above the head, maybe the other, and just play around with that. The legs can stay bent or straight. And from wherever you are, start to lower down. Use the last bit of effort in core, and we'll prepare for Shavasana. Does anybody here need a blanket, a bolster, an eye pillow? If so, just give me a wave and I'll bring it to you. For Shavasana, you can have your body entirely straight with your palms facing up. If you have any lower back pain, you can bend the knees. Or if you want one last hip opener, you can bring the soles of the feet together. So once again, you've got 3 options. And once you decide to get into that space, that peaceful space, we're going to take a nice slow breath in, counting down from 5 to 0. Just count to yourself. Even when you feel full, you're going to snip in a little more and hold your breath. And then very slowly exhale from 1 to 5. Try 5 of these breaths. And with every inhale, relax. And with every exhale, release. Perhaps you bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And you just thank yourself for taking this time out for you and for healing. If you live a busy life, always go, 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 really appreciate this time to just be one with your breath, one with yourself. Nothing else matters in this moment. You're always doing for others and giving. And now it's time to receive. So feel the love for yourself. Know that you are strong. Know that you are exactly where you should be. Just rest for a little longer, and I will guide you back shortly. On your next inhale, start to wiggle your toes, inhaling as much as you can. And then when you hold the breath, tighten your toes. And when you exhale, relax the toes and sigh the breath out. Inhale and start to wiggle your fingers. When you feel full, hold the breath, make a fist, tighten, open the mouth, sigh it out, and release. One more time, we're going to tighten the entire body. So as you inhale, tighten your toes, your legs, your butt, your belly, your hands, your shoulders, your face. Squeeze it all in and hold. This time, blow onto your right side, coming into fetal as you sigh it all out. Rest in your fetal. Make a little pillow for your head. and just be here, feeling the effects of your practice, and perhaps coming back to your intention if you set one. Let's slowly push ourselves up, keeping your eyes closed if possible, coming into a comfortable seated position gracefully. Sitting up nice and tall, nice and confident. Turn your palms to face the sky. Feel the lightness. Feel the relaxation. The balance, the rejuvenation. I thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I thank you for allowing me to guide you in this practice. And let's all inhale the arms above the head, inhaling some love, light, and strength for the rest of our week. And as we exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Feel our heart in that place of unconditional love. The light within me honors and cherishes the light within you. Namaste.